Welcome back to my channel, man. You know what I'm saying? I know it's been a minute, but we back, man. Trying to be consistent. But as you can tell by the title of this video, this is a double whammy, man. This is a double review. You know what I'm saying? I was planning on doing Morningstar as individual review, but you know, time got the best of me, and I already started Iron Gold, and like, you know what I'm saying? I finished. Next thing you know, I finished Iron Gold, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Let me just do a double review, man. This is a, you know, a double tape, a double album. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? It's my, however many videos I have, this is the number of videos this is. And, you know, we back. But anyways, let me get straight to it. So, Morningstar. Morningstar, you know, the third book in the Red Rising, the final, actually, conclusion in the first Red Rising trilogy. It was a good book, you know. This is gonna be a quick review because it has been a minute since I read the book. This is really mainly an Iron Gold review. I'm just, you know, kind of going over things that happened in Morningstar, things that I like, things that I didn't like, and you know, how it was a good end to the original trilogy. So basically, the end of Golden Sun, Darrow is betrayed. Spoiler alert: Darrow is betrayed. He's captured by the Jackal. You know, his friends betrayed him. He doesn't know if any other of his friends are alive. Like, you know, he's in a pretty bad shape. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in my Golden Sun review, Golden Sun was basically the Empire Strikes Back in terms of Red Rising, and I think Morningstar is the Return of the Jedi. To be honest with you, like in terms of just like how everything is like, you know, done. Like it is Return of the Jedi. You know, I was very excited going into this book because I was like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, I was very eager because I was like, okay, Golden Sun left a crazy impression. Like, it left something in my heart. It affected me. So I'm like, all right, let me go to Morningstar. Let me, you know, figure out what the freak is going on because I gotta figure out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I started reading it and it was good, man. It started out great. You know what I'm saying? Darrow was he was in a bad state. You know, usually we're used to seeing Darrow as, you know, the leader. You know what I'm saying? Like this person that, you know, he doesn't always have things figured out, but he's gonna fight through it either way. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna fight through it. So, you know, in this beginning of this book, he was down bad, man. He was down bad. Like his confidence was gone. His build, like he lost some weight. Like, I mean, it was bad. He was basically under the Jackal of the Lair. Like, you know, it was bad. It was bad for him. And I enjoyed reading that part of, you know, that part of Morningstar because it was like, wow, we've never seen Darrow this down bad, man. We've never seen him like this down. Like, he was giving up, you know what I'm saying? Almost tempted to freaking kill himself, you know? So it was pretty good, man, in terms of just like, you know, different perspective of Darrow. But as the book, you know, continued, and obviously he's gonna escape, you know, it's the ending, it's the ending of the trilogy. So, you know, something needs to happen. He's not gonna stay there forever. He escapes basically, and you know, he reunites with Severo and reunites with eventually, you know, Mustang and you know, new characters like Quicksilver and, you know, Sephi, you know, Ragnar's sister. But I mean, you know, in the middle of the book, like towards the middle, like I think maybe part 2, like it kind of like diverted from like the main. That's why I kind of give it like Return of the Jedi vibes. So like, you know, it kind of dove away from the main plot, like, and I kind of understood because I was watching another review and it was kind of explaining like this book like from Red Rising to Golden Sun, we've always seen like Darrow's main like mission was to destroy. Like that's it. He was the Reaper. You know, his main mission was to destroy the Gold Society. Like Golden Sun, his motive was Civil War. Like he was trying to, you know, destroy the goals from within. But in this book, he's learning how to build. You know, he's learning how to build an actual successful, you know, Red Rising, basically a successful rising against the gold system, against the gold people. And so, you know, I just had to get used to that, like that format, that like his perspective. Like he's grown, he's matured, and he's using his experiences from the first 2 books, you know, the betrayal and everything else, and he's using that to build something bigger than himself, basically. But you know, towards the end, you know, after the battle, after a couple battles, you know, the ending of the book was, you know, it saved the book for me basically, because I was like, I don't know, this is kind of like my least favorite out of the trilogy. but it saved the book for me. The ending saved the book for me. You know, it was a good ending. I mean, some might call it short, you know what I'm saying? But I think it was good. It was a good conclusion to the first trilogy, you know what I'm saying? So if I had to rank, you know what I'm saying, the first trilogy, it would be Red Rising as number one, my favorite. The first book, Golden Sun would be my second favorite, and then Morning Star would be my third favorite, you know, 1, 2, 3 in that order. So yeah, that's it. Now, let's get into Iron Gold. Iron Gold, in my opinion, is overhated. Like, this book is overhated. I remember, you know, reading the reviews, like the non-spoiler stuff before I got this book, and people were talking about, oh, there's multiple POVs, and you know, you're caring about, you're reading characters that you don't care about, and it's just like, you know, like it was basically a bunch of flack for this book. And you know, I didn't like, I was like, you know, I'm gonna go in with an open mind. I'm not really gonna, you know, look at the reviews. So I read this book and I loved this book. I loved this book more than I like Morning Star. Like, this is a good introduction. Obviously, it's setting up the world, basically. It's setting up the rest of the trilogy, but this is a good introduction. Like, the multiple POVs, obviously you're gonna have to get used to it because, you know, we've been with Daryl for the first 3 books. So obviously you're gonna have to get used to, you know, seeing these new characters and stuff and learning about them. But to be honest, I think that helps the case. I think that helps, you know, build this world. I think Pierce Brown did a very excellent job of building, even though he did excellent world building in the first trilogy. This right here just further expands it. Like, it's you're seeing things from different point of view. You know, with Daryl, it's just one point of view, and he's a red, so he automatically hates the gold system. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a red, and he knows that they lied to him and everything, so automatically he's gonna hate it. But with this point of view, we're seeing a silver, a red, Lysander, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, a gold, and then obviously we get Daryl. But I mean, this book, man, the other POVs, it really showcased like just how big this world is and just how much people hate Daryl. Like when you read the first trilogy, you're rooting for him because obviously, you know, he's the underdog and he's going against this system that's been in place for thousands and thousands of years. But then when you get to this book and then you read, you know, Lysander's, I don't know, I'm pronouncing his name wrong. I probably should have like watched the video before I did this review. But I've been pronouncing it like that the whole time I was reading the book, so just bear with me if I am pronouncing it wrong. Lysander's point of view, he's a gold, and he was Octavia's grandson. So we're seeing from his point of view, like the system that his people, you know, ran, the gold people. We're seeing from his point of view how he sees it as this was, you know, obviously they made a mistake, they lost their way, but this is the best way to run the system. Like, this is the best way to run the whole solar system, because you can't let, you know, these reds or these silvers or these, you know, pinks like a rule. Like, it doesn't make any sense, and it's just causing chaos. And, you know, pretense, by the way, like, this book is 10 years after Morning Star, so everybody's grown, everybody's older. Virginia, Severo, Daryl, everybody's older. Cassius, like, they're all old, they're all been through a lot of things. And I mean, I also appreciated that aspect as well. Like, this isn't Daryl, this isn't young, you know, war-driven, wants to see the destruction of everything Daryl. This is a 10-year-old veteran. This is a vet that has been through it for 10 years, has been at war for 10 years, and he's tired, and he just wants to spend time with his family. He has a son. They have a son now. Spoiler. I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but they have a son. He wants to spend time with his son, and you see, like, Daryl's POV, it's probably the weakest, to be honest. If I had to rank the POVs, Daryl was the weakest because his plot was kind of like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? But you see, I mean, you see what he wants. He doesn't want to fight, but it is also in his nature. He's a red. Like, that's all he knows. He was built, you know what I'm saying, for that. So it's like, he knows that, man, you know, I have a family now. I have a wife, a son that he's not seeing. Like, I'm not seeing him grow. You know, I've been gone for these past 10 years. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen him grow, and you can see that. Pierce Brown is an excellent writer. You can see that in his writing in this book. So, I mean, it's honestly amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's honestly amazing. I love this book. I love seeing the different POVs. Literally all the other POVs, they hate Daryl. They hate the rising, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's really planting the seeds as to making you think, making the reader think, is Daryl the good guy? you know, obviously in the beginning of the the first trilogy, yeah, like, you know, his motives, his reasoning was just because, like, yo, they've been lying to us. But now as you see 10 years down, and there's no peace, you know, this new system, this everybody free for all color system, there's no peace, you know, it's been war, it's been war, it's been war. So it's like, is Daryl the good guy? Does the means justify the ends? That's the big question. Also, this book is also setting up another protagonist, Lysander. I don't know, I feel like I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but it's Lysander. That's just how I read it. Lysander, you know what I'm saying? He's a protagonist. The way that his POV is written, it's written as if he had his own book, he has his own trilogy, and Daryl is the big bad, you know? In his POV, Daryl is the destruction of the society. So it's like we're setting that up, and I already know where it's going. It's going to be Lysander versus Daryl. I mean, obviously, and I can't wait. I already got Dark Age, you know, saying on hold for me. Like, I'm waiting for that book to come. But like, from his point of view, Daryl's the big bad, and he's about to, you know what I'm saying, step out that. But yeah, man. And then obviously you had Lyria, and then you had Ephraim. I think that's his name. Ephraim was obviously, he wasn't my favorite. I'd say, like, from ranking wise, it would be Lysander first in terms of POV. And then, I mean, I know I said Daryl was like the lowest. I'm talking about his plot, but his POV was good, obviously. So Lysander, Daryl, Lyria, and then Ephraim. Like, it kind of got, you know, you can see how people didn't like the POVs because, like, you're learning these new things, and some of it kind of did feel pointless, but it's just world building. You know, I feel like that's what Pierce Brown is doing. It's just world building. He's building this world. He's setting it up. And I've heard the next two books, Lightbringer and Dark Age, is like great literature. So I'm excited to read those books. But yeah, I feel like, you know, and also this book shows the consequences of Morningstar, of the first trilogy. Usually when you read books, or when you read trilogies, or when you read sagas like this, you know, consequences kind of get swept under the rug. You know what I'm saying? Like, some person may do something in the first, second, third book, and then the seventh, eighth book, you know what I'm saying, there's really no consequences. But here, you're seeing the effect of something major actually in Morningstar, that happened in Morningstar, that is like kind of the catalyst for this, you know, this book and where it's leading up to, you know what I'm saying? So you're seeing consequences, you're seeing actions that people are doing, and you're seeing the results of that actions, which is also further building the world that Pierce Brown, you know, created in his big mind of his. Yeah, man, I mean, other than that, you know, this was a good book, a good world setting book. I enjoyed it, you know, just go into it knowing that there's going to be multiple POVs, go into it knowing that, you know, you're going to see Daryl in a different light, basically. You know, the world is big. It's bigger than just Daryl and the original, you know, cast of the first trilogy. Like, it's way bigger. And I think Pierce Brown does an amazing job of expanding this world, and, you know, making it like a real thing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, this is a good book. Morningstar, also a good book. My rating for Morningstar, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. Good. My rating for Iron Gold, a 4 out of 5. Both good books, both great writings. And I know, like, my these past videos has just been this Red Rising series, but I'm trying to, like, you know, finish this off so then I can, you know, start reviewing other books. I actually have a book that I'm trying to read by Sister Soldier, which I guess is another, you know, I'm really trying to expand though. But if you have any book recommendations, let me know in the comments. You know, subscribe, like, you know what I'm saying. We're trying to blow up. You feel me? Inshallah. But yeah, man. See y'all in the next video, and thank you for watching.